Okay. All right. Where are we at? Let me open up that file we were working on.
Crazy. But
Okay.
can you show me something again? I forgot how to do it. Um, how to get rid of the white border around the workspace.
The white border around the workspace.
Yeah. You know that the printable area that you work in? There's a white border default. Come on, how do you get rid of it?
That
Yeah.
area.
There's a white
So,
border around that area, yeah.
hmm, there shouldn't be any border around that area. It should be just that white box.
You know, there's a big white, very thick white stuff. You did turn it off. I just don't
Yeah,
remember
you
what
shouldn't. You shouldn't have seen that box. The second you opened up that thing, you shouldn't see anything but that big gray box and the background. So if I open up a new one, which is that one says untitled right there. Let me turn on my little things. You see, this was supposed to show up.
Yeah, but around that there's a big white border.
How you have a border around that? Oh,
Exactly.
you have the mat turned on. So you got to go here and turn off machine. You have to put that to none because you don't have a machine.
Oh, you go
Then you
page
go to
setup.
cutting mat. Right, you go
Yeah.
cutting mat, you hit that to none because you don't have a cutting mat either. And then the media size is when you change that to the size sheet you want to make it to.
Right.
You can
Okay.
make a custom where you put your own size in, or you can put the auto sizes.
Yeah. I think mine was set to a letter size.
Yes. And then that thing went away.
No, it's still there, which is why I was wondering.
Yours is gone now, or is it still there?
My computer is restarting. Just give me a minute.
Uh,
It just froze.
mm,
I don't know, but for some reason, this machine is slow. I think. I think it is slow. Or maybe I'm just impatient.
you're probably impatient. So you ready yet to get back on this lesson yet?
Yes, that.
All right. So I think the last thing we're working on was the crazy thing. We finished all these buttons up here, right? So since we finished all these buttons, because I think the last one we did was the duplicate, and you press it, click it, and then did the duplication. There's other ways you can actually duplicate too. If you left click on the mouse, it bring up the duplicate button, which is also right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you can duplicate a bunch of ways. Now, if you also hold the Alt key and click on it, it duplicates. If you see, if you hold Alt key, look at it. You see, it has a little plus on your mouse. See, your mouse changed to a little plus.
Yeah.
That's also a little. That's duplicate too. Control gives you a color button, and it like I think it does some with the colors. See, I copy the color from one to the next.
What?
See that?
What did I?
Try to back it up. It's running slow. Give it a second. It has to get all these colors out of here. I thought this is what I'm talking about. The program runs a little slow sometimes. You just have to give it a minute to catch up to what you want it to do.
Did
So
you
I
just
gotta
press
do a Control Z again. Huh?
Control Z?
Yeah, see how I put all the little change the colors, but I'm gonna do a multiple undo because it's trying to do all, it's taking too long to redo all take all the colors back off. But when it comes back, because it says we're not responding up here in the top,
Mm-hmm.
it's just because it's just so much it's trying to do with the undo button. So much layers. Because what it did is copied the actual the information that's on this layer right here, this crazy layer, and then apply it to this the copy I had down here. So now it's trying to get rid of it, but it takes a while because it's just
Control what you press?
you hold the control button. So you select on the product the thing you want to copy the information from. Hold on, let me say that again. You select the one you want to work on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you hold the control button and you select the one you want to copy the information from. Make sense?
Okay.
All right. Hope that makes sense.
I
And you
think
see the
so.
program froze. So I have to wait for it to catch up.
Yeah, it's undoing
And this is
too
what I
much.
was talking about. The program, it crashes a lot, and it really does crash a lot. But if you cannot do some of these crazy things that I've been doing on it, it runs fine. So I'm gonna close it, close the program because I'm not waiting for it to do whatever the hell it's doing. I'm gonna reopen it. And this, remember, last week I was telling you how it crashes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean by it crashes a lot.
Okay, it's
Just out of
gone
the
now.
blue, it just crashed. Right. Oh, I closed it and I'm opening it back up. Now, if you doing something and it crashed, sometimes it will actually bring up a drop down menu here that they had a program that was crashed before. But if it don't bring it up, you can always go in the file menu and open recovered.
Okay.
Hit recovered and there they are right there. And it should open it up when it feels like it. And it's really don't want to work today. There it goes. Close that one out. Nope, I want to save that one, but we can go. There it is. See? Exactly where I left off. So I'm going to delete that, make another copy again, show you what I'm talking about. So, I'm not going to do that one. The one was too much. So this crazy one up here, right? I'm going to make a copy of this, bring it down, right? So I select this, highlight that one right there. See it? And because I want to copy the information from this one to that one, I just hold the Alt key, the Control key. So you bring up the little dropper button, the little dropper thing. See that? Change from my hand to a little dropper.
Yeah.
Which is the little dropper over here. It highlights it.
Mm-hmm.
So you hold the Control key. See how that highlights over there now? That's what the control key does. Dropper, and then when you select it, you just click on it, and it just does that. See that?
Ah, yeah, I did it.
Good.
Okay, that does not work.
Now, Let's close this because if you have a bunch of stuff that you want to get rid of, because these are all the programs that crashed on me. See how often it crashes? That's like 5 things already crashed on. So all you got to do is hit this discard and it discard all the ones, or you can actually independently discard them one by one, which is the little red thing right on the side that says discard.
You got too many things open.
No, it's just these are just ones it's saved because the program crashed when I was using it on these ones. So every time it crashes, it saves. You see these multiple undos?
Yeah.
All these multiple undos. What it does, it actually it creates a save point in the program.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that's why when you reopen the program, and you hit the recovered, it actually can recover from the last place the last thing you were actually doing because it has multiple undos. It actually creates a save file for you every time you do something.
Okay.
And that's kind of one of the reasons why it crashed so much, because it's trying to save your progress as you go along. It's great because if you're doing something and, for instance, you just make like this really big change and you don't want to lose that change and you forgot to press the save button and the program crashes on you, you can go right back to that big change you just made. Because then sometimes you do something, because sometimes you do something and you forget what you just did. Or how you did it, right? Because it happens to me a bunch of times. Well, if the program crashes and you forgot what you just did, how you even did it, well, the multiple undos will save your buttons, and this recover document feature is a part of that multiple undo. So it saves it as you go along. So when it crashes, you just come back and pick it up exactly where you left off from, which is really awesome. But it creates a problem where the program crashes a lot too. So it's like a double-edged sword. Because this is also the reason why it crashes a lot.
Right. So last week you were using, it's not a duplicate tool you were using to create those offsets.
These things. Okay. So we're using the offset. So because remember, last week we literally went through this entire top ribbon.
Yeah.
So everything we did last week was from this top ribbon. So you should remember that anything you did last week was just on this top ribbon only. So you should have just went up here and start playing with these buttons and you could figure out what you were doing. Because remember, I just stayed up here because I didn't want to go anywhere else and get you confused.
I did it. I remembered.
Yeah, we just stayed right on this top ribbon and everything was just literally on this top ribbon.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, I remember now.
All right. Now let's go over here. Now we're going to do this ribbon over here today. Hopefully I can get it done in an hour. If not, we'll pick up where we left off. And we should get it done in an hour because most of this is like the same stuff. It looks like a lot of it's a lot of difference, but it's all the same stuff. They work roughly the same way. It just looks different. All right. All right. So let's get this part done. Now, this one, basic and simple. It just tell you to move stuff around. That's all that one. This is just the select tool. And I think if you hover it over long, just this select tool. This one is I forget what they call it, select shape tool. So if you select it, it brings this little plus button. When you click on it, look at this. No, all right, never mind. It does this. You do a little glitchy thing and it select the shape you want to mess with.
All right.
It's like a lasso tool. If you want to select specific shapes, it just see. I don't use it. Huh?
Select shapes. Because I'm using it and it's not doing anything.
So if you have, for instance, like this right here, right? See how this is like multiple things? You can actually select specific piece of the shapes. I don't really use it very much.
Okay. you just
And it just
close them.
selects. So for instance, all right. So if you have like a bunch of shapes, let me create a bunch of shapes. So you have like a bunch of shapes like this, right? And they're really really close together, right? You use a select shape tool, and you select the shape you want, and it will select. Let me see. We were it says hold shift, and you select the shape, and you're supposed to select the shape you want. I don't know. I barely use it. I don't think it worked right. So right, select the shape to enclose by the lasso. Hold shift to select select shapes that are enclosed or touch the. I don't know. I've never get it. I don't know. I've never get it to work. I don't use it. Somebody might know how to
Yeah.
use it. I don't have a clue. I don't use it. I literally skip right past it. There it is. It works kind of funky. See, you kind of select the pieces you want, and then select the things you want. I don't use it. I just use this thing, and it works better. See, why bother with that thing when this works even better than that? So I just use a select tool. I mean, people use a select shape tool. I don't know. I've never used it. I've never had a need to use it. This is the tool I use the most is the edit point tool. So if you have a shape, let me zoom in here. You can actually pick these little dot points here on the ends. You can actually reshape anything you want.
Oh, that means you can modify any automatic shape.
Any shape, yep. Just about any shape. Not every shape, but any shape. So if you bring a picture in here, you can't really modify the picture. What you're gonna do with the picture is you're gonna crop the picture with it. So let me get a picture and bring it in here and show you what I mean by that. So if you bring a picture in here. You're gonna like this one.
Yeah.
I know you'd like this one. So you bring an image in here, right? And you want to you click the this tool right here, right? The points tool. I don't know what it's called. I just call it that. You see how all the little dots around it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now if you click one of them, see, all you want to do is just crop it.
Oh, mama.
Yeah, see, you can't reshape it. You're just gonna crop it. And that's all you're gonna do with this tool. And it's only with images. Now, if you use anything else that's a vector, then you can actually reshape the vector. But anything else apart from a vector, you're just gonna crop it. But it's cool. Like if you bring like pictures like this, you want to do like a little design like this in your picture, you can just come in here and mess with it and put little slice and nicks in a picture.
Chopping up the thing, man.
Yeah, I know, right? But see, put like little nicks and cuts in it. And if you want to, you can actually change hit this right here. You change it to like a smart one. And then okay, so what you're really doing is see this little thing right here? You see this white piece? All you're doing is you're changing it and you're turning it into a vector. See this is what you're doing. You're taking that mask, it's called a mask, and you're applying a mask over your image. So you're just hiding it. See?
So if you make it bigger, what
manipulate.
happens?
You're just gonna have a big old white border on it. You're manipulating in a mask that's over the image, Because when how Silhouette does it, they when you bring a picture in, it applies a mask over your picture. So it puts a white canvas right over the picture, over the entire back area, or whatever it is. And then what you to manipulate or to crop it, you manipulate that mask that's on the image to crop it so you get the pieces you want. And that's what you're manipulating by these little dots all over the place. If I explained that correctly. I'm not sure if I'm explaining that right or not. Someone who knows more about vector programs probably can explain it better than I do. But you see how you just, because how these masks work is white. If it's white, white, you don't see it, and black you see it. I think that's how the vector works. Masks, not vectors, but masks. Mask, if the mask is white, you don't see the image, but if the mask is black, you see the image. It's weird. Don't ask me. I'm not a vector expert. I just use it, and I know that's the rules I have to follow. So let me see if I can. And the thing is, you can't change the vector. I can't mess with the vector. The color of the vector. The mask. Sorry.
You can't change it.
Nope, can't change the mask color. The mask color is just a mask color. You can't change it. Huh?
You just turn it black.
Yeah, because I press the Control Z button.
What?
Control Z to undo my changes.
Oh.
That's what I did. Now this button is a line button. That's just what's called it edit point buttons. And you can edit any point. You don't have to do anything special. You can edit any point. You can change anything into anything you want. So, you don't have to click this either. There's a shortcut button. I don't remember what it is on the keyboard. You can actually hit a shortcut and you find it. If you double click on the shape you want to edit, see it turns into an edit. So if you double click on anything, it turns into an edit point. As long as it is a curve. Convert the path. Not path. Give me a second. If you ungroup it, yes, right. Convert it as long as it's a path. So I'm all right. So as long as you convert it to a path, it becomes an editable point the system you can actually manipulate. So all these are points I can manipulate as long as I have to ungroup this though. If they're grouped together, you can't edit them, of course, as you can see. And this is grouped together, so I can't edit that.
Where did you get that from?
That one's say group. What? Which one?
That box, point editing.
Oh, let me show you. So you click on the thing you want. Double click is going to bring up the point editing. All right, and then oh my goodness, point editing, and then there's just show the panel right here.
That's only work with text?
No, it works with any box. So if I double click on it, there's right there. It says show the panel. Sometimes the panel come up automatically, sometimes it doesn't. But that's the panel, and then the panel's right here. The panel usually pops up. It doesn't come up all the time, but once the panel's up, it just comes up. But the panels usually sit right here. It says show panel, and this is a panel. And I think it's over here somewhere. I forget where it is over here. It's over here somewhere. I just don't remember where. I found it over here at one point. I don't remember where it is though. But it's over here somewhere. But the easiest way to find it is come here, click the point editing, and then click show panel when you select something that you need the panel for. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes just to get it up, you click on it, and if you click on it and the panel on it, so let me show you. So if you close it down, you click on something, you click the edit button, it don't show up. If you double click on it, the panel will come up automatically. See that? Yeah, just keep clicking on it and panel will show up.
Okay. Is there a shortcut onto the right for that?
Over here, over this side.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. I don't remember where it is. It's over here, but I don't remember where. I've seen it before. I just don't remember where it is. But it's usually here, and then the panels. There's see right where my mouse is. It says shows panel.
Where? Oh.
Literally says show panel.
Oh, I'm not seeing that. Oh, because
So you have. It's not highlighted, so you see it now.
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, so it's usually sit right up in here somewhere. So it's not that big. It's and again, like I said, usually I don't click, I don't mess with it because I usually just double click and panel comes up. So I never really have to use it. I never have to go up there and click that show panel button. The only thing in this in panel you have to really worry about is simplify and corner, smooth corner, breakpoints. Everything else it's kind of is all right. This actually tells you how much nodes is how much shape selected.
Uh-oh.
Right?
I did
How much?
something
How much?
wrong.
Huh?
I did something wrong. Oh, no. Oh, never mind. I got out of it.
Okay. Okay, good. So this right here shows you the shape, how much shape you have selected, how much contours you have, how much node counts, which means the little tiny things in here,
Mm-hmm.
how much linear nodes, which is the corner ones, and how much Bezier nodes, which is see these smooth ones, the corner ones, and then these are break nodes. But it tells you exactly how much nodes you have in this specific one. So if I click on Abikirk up here, see it? See the numbers jump higher?
Yeah.
So that's what it does. It just gives you information that you need when you need it. If you care to look at it, I've never looked at it because I really don't need to. But if you really want to, you can actually come up. So if you select something and go, okay, you know what? I want to simplify it because it has, for instance, your Abikirk, you have way too much points that I don't want to mess with. I can actually click simplify and see it takes away a lot of the nodes.
Yeah.
And it cut. See how it said drastically reduce the amount of nodes that's in here? And then you can come back in here. And because you don't want to see those white spots, you can come back in here and actually adjust each node manually. I don't want to deal with this, but you get the drift, right?
Yeah. Which font is that you use?
And you sit down and manually adjust it back into the pieces go back in place. Yeah.
That's my logo there. It's not a text. It's
no, it's not a text
an image.
anymore. It's a picture. Mm-hmm.
You didn't start out as a text?
No, it started out as text. Yes.
Which text did you use? Which font?
I don't remember. I gotta go find it. You ask me questions I can't answer right now. We here. We doing this. Stop asking me questions about other things.
I'm curious, man. I'm curious.
Yeah, you can be curious some other time. Now,
okie dokie.
Let's get this line thing going. So these are a bunch of little lines. So this one's just a straight line. And that's all it does, just make a bunch of lines. That's all it does is make lines.
Got it.
You can you can't really connect the lines. I'm not exactly sure if you can connect the lines or not. Well, there's just a bunch of straight lines. This one now make connected lines. See? As long as you keep clicking the screen, it just makes lines. And you press exit, escape, and then that's the end of the lines. And then you can always go back in and modify the lines with your node tool if you really want to. See?
Okay, that's like a polyline thing.
Yeah, it's that weird one I just showed you with those let me delete all of these things. Don't need all the lines all over the place. This one right here. That's the one we just used. It's called what now? Draw a polyline.
Yeah, that's it.
Polygon. That's what it is. Now this one is a one that does a bunch of straight lines and either curved lines. Every time you click it, it creates a point, and then you create another point, and then and everyone is a curved line. So what they're doing is they're taking this piece right here and they're creating a bunch of smooth corners. The polygon is a bunch of corner lines.
Yeah.
Do you see how everything kind of plays into itself, plays into each other? So this is a part of this. So they're taking this. So what they're doing is they're combining this feature with that feature. You get what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing. So this whole thing is a part of this thing, but they separate it so people, it's easy for people to understand. And they just keep making lines. Now, like I said, you can always, if you press escape, you go back out, and then you can manipulate this line all you want to. You can double click back on it, and you can add more. I think you can add more points to it. I don't remember. No, you can't add any more points to it. You can't add any more points to it. Once you put the points in, that's pretty much it. Oh, there you go. You could add more points. Good. You could add more points. I know you could add more points. You have to pick the point editing tool to add more points. And again, like I said, you can change from smooth to corner. So if you select a point that was smooth, see how it's smooth right here? And you click on the corner, you change it to corner. See how the one side's moving out by itself?
How did you do that again? Corner,
so, So you have smooth. Smooth is where both ends move together. See how both sides of the lines are moving?
Yeah.
Let me make it bigger and zoom in some more so everybody can see it. So smooth does this, where both sides move together in tandem. That's why it's called smooth. Corner now, when you click on corner, one side moves, but the other side doesn't. So you can make 90-degree angles, 190-degree angles, or 180-degree flats. Whatever angle you want to make, that's what thing does. Now, if you click line, if you hit break, what break does is separate the two points to turn into a separate thing. Now, if you make a circle, even though you hit break, you see it's still one piece.
Yeah.
See that? Now, if I go back in my line tool, I can actually join the 2 points again back together. But they join as a line again, as a corner. They join back as a corner, and then you can hit the smooth and turn it back into a corner. And if you want, you can make a curve, and it turns the whole. I think it turns the whole thing back into a curve. Does it work that way? No, it just turns the one section to a curve. Yeah, see, it just turned the one section to a curve. And then you can always simplify. Okay, let me see. Yeah, simplify, and then it takes out all the extra points that's not needed. Now, here's a cool trick. Let me show you real quick. So you can grab a text and click the text tool, and does it put it on there? There it is.
So if you want a word that's curved, you draw that and then write the word on it.
Yep, right on the line. Let me back it up.
Okay, let me try.
Right on the line.
Well, how did you do that though? I tried doing it. So I click on it, then I click. What did you click to get the text on it?
You click the text button.
I draw the line. I click the text
let me,
button.
so let me show you.
Yeah.
We'll do it again.
Yep.
Let me delete this other line too. So you get a line. Let me use this one. This one's a circle. So you get your radius and you just put a circle. This was actually really cool. So if you want to make like a half a circle, medium circle, any kind of circle, and 180-degree circle, anything, it's done. Then you go to your text line. Now this is just a path. They call it a path,
So
aka
now,
the path. So you get a text tool, and then all you do is grab your text. See that little thing right here? You grab it
yeah.
and just put it on the line. Change your
There we
size,
go.
and then you start typing.
Ah. But if the line ends, the word wraps.
Yes, it just keeps going to the line. It just goes around, and then it goes back to the other side. Just keep going. Now, here's another thing. You can take the line, take the word, and flip it on the other side. Just move it around. See? So if you take it and put it on there, you can put it on one side, flip it, put it on the other side. See that? See this little slider? You can take it, drag it up, drag it down, put it on the line, or off the line, and anywhere you want on that line. So if you want it outside the circle or inside the circle, just by dragging this little slider on the side. And it works on any line. So if you want it following that line perfectly, you put it on the line, and then you move that slider if you want it either in the line, on the line, off the line, whatever. It just follow the line perfectly. It's a really cool tool. I use it a bunch of times.
Let's say you want to extend the polyline. How do you?
Just grab the curve. See the little dots?
Yeah. No.
Extend it.
Let's see.
So if you use a polyline, right? Okay, you would do the polyline. All right, I want to extend the polyline. All right, I want to extend the polyline. I'll go back. I click my polyline tool. Click the little dot. And just start drawing my line again. Now, when I'm done, I click my bezel tool. Zoom in. This one's a little tricky, so you're gonna have to. This one you have to pay attention to. So after you finish. Oh my goodness! Come on, delete.
All right. Hold on. Before you go any further, let's say you start a polyline, right?
Yeah, that's what I just did. I started this polyline. This is one polyline. This is a second polyline. So what I'm trying to do is join them together, right?
Okay.
So what how I have to join them together, I have to select them both. Go into my edit tool. Zoom in so I can see them, because I need to see them. And I'm gonna just drag these things and join them together. I can't see them, of course. There he goes.
Can't you? Is there to snap to the end?
Yes, there is. Just give me a second. There's a one that makes you join the lines. So give me a second. Right there. Smooth corner break. Delete point. Simplify. Where's a join line? Oh, it's supposed to join automatically. There we go. So you connect it like that. Give me a second. I'll show you in a second. You'll see it's really, really simple.
Don't look simple.
It is simple. You just have to connect them, and then I'll show you.
The reason I ask is that I draw the line, yeah, and it
Mhm.
wasn't long enough for what the word I wrote on it. And then I tried, I couldn't extend the line.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's kind of a roundabout way to do it. Some programs just give you the option, but this one you have to line it up. Just like that. See how I line them up? Give me a second. You line them up kind of, sort of. And then, now remember. Give me a second. You do that, you highlight both of them, make compound path. They're going to be two separate things. You hit the polyline button, and then you join them together. There it is. That's one. I forgot because I haven't had to do this in a while. Let me zoom out. So that way. And there it is.
What did you do? Go again.
So I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it from scratch.
Oh yeah. Join
Do it from
one
scratch.
polyline.
So we're gonna take two polylines.
Yeah. Stop.
All right. Escape. Another polyline. And I'm gonna do them so far apart it's not even funny. All right. Now, what I need to do is highlight both of them, because I need to take both of them. Then we're gonna either hit the merge button up here. So it's when it says weld the both lines together. Weld won't work. Why weld won't work? Because they're not technically over each other. So it's not gonna weld the two things together because they're not crossing. Weld only work when you weld two things together. They have to be on top of each other for the weld, right? So what we're going to do instead, we're going to turn them to a compound path. We can hit convert the path. Convert the path will work. Again, they're not closed shapes. They're open shapes, right? So we have to turn the two things into a compound path, which is where we're going to hit the right button on your mouse. It's going to bring up this menu. We're going to click Make Compound Path. It's going to take the two separate objects and make them into one object. Make sense? Hello?
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Now that it's one object, we're going to grab it and then click them together like this. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And now that's how you join the two lines together.
All right. Select them both. Then right click, make compound path. Then then what? Yeah. And then what?
And then use your point tool.
Point.
And you're going to join the ends together.
It's now moving as one thing.
Once you select both things, then you make both of them into a compound path.
Got it. I got it. Yes.
So you have to highlight both of them. Just like that. See how I have both of them highlighted? Yes.
Yeah, I did it.
Okay. And then now it becomes one solid shape. And then now you can still do the same thing of dragging your little text tool and put it on top of it and write on it, just like you always do.
Got it.
I don't know why my program is like crap. Because I have this other thing running in the background. Now it should be running better. I had a program running to do embroidery in the background, and I think that's why the other one was struggling.
Okay. Too many things running at the same time.
Yeah, too many graphic intensive programs was running at one time.
Now
And
that's it.
that's how you make take polylines, a multiple of them, and turn them into one object. So this poly tool is really cool if you want to make your own little doohickeys and no hickeys and whatever ickies you want to make. Now this one is just simple, just boxes in shape. Circles and ellipses and whatever this is, pentagons or peltagons or whatever gons is. So I want to show you something first though. Now for squares, to hold the shape, you have to hold shift and the shape stays the same. Will hold the shape no matter what you do. If you notice, look at the numbers. They stay exactly the same on both sides.
Yeah.
You have to hold shift and do it though. No matter where your mouse goes, it will stay exactly in the same shape. If you hold, see how let it go, see what happens. So the shapes are all bent out of shape.
Mm.
I'll hold the shift key again. See that? So the shift key does puts it back in shape every time. Now, if I hold control key, let me delete this. Control key don't really do any. Control key don't do anything either. Alt key, see that? Alt key makes it do. I forget what the alt key does to it. Yeah, it does something to the size, but I forget what it does. Oh, the center. So it makes it stay exactly where it is. So let me show you. So if I start it here, right? And I hit start a square. Oh my goodness. And I hit the Alt key, that's where the center of the box will always be. No matter where I move the mouse, the center of the box will always be right here. That's what the Alt key does. See that? So if you want to make a square from a specific point on your from your design, well, you hold the Alt key and you start from that point. Start making the box. You hold the Alt key and then see what it does. Right where the box started, that's where the center is. Control key does something, I forget what it does.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I forget what control key does, but it does something too, and I forgot. Now, for this square with the round edges, this one's nice if you want to make like certain if you want to make a square but you want that nice round edge. This is cool because then you can take this and if you round it off, see that? Just take those little points on the square, and you can literally just turn the square into any kind of weird shape. You can even make a circle out of a square. Cool, right?
Yeah.
And that's a perfect circle. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
So if you want to make a perfect circle, and you don't want to fiddle with the actual ellipse button, you can actually use a square to do it. Because it just round all the edges off to a circle. Now, to make a circle with your ellipse button, you hold the shift key. And you have the perfect circle again.
Oh.
Other than that, you're going to get weird shapes with circles. Every time. You can try to get a perfect circle, but I've never been able to. I've always have to use the shift key.
So
right?
you draw
And
your
that's pretty much,
circle.
huh?
So you draw your circle. Yeah, that seems simple enough.
It's very simple. I told you, a lot of these are the same thing. They look hard, but they're all roughly the same thing. All right, so now this one's even simpler than you think. Now, let me delete this one. So if you grab this, and these points, all this does is just make it either bigger or smaller. This one, it literally does the same exact thing. I'm not sure why there's so much of these little handles when they do absolutely nothing. As you can see, you can't do anything with them, just turn them and twist them. Bigger and smaller. That's all they do. Not sure why they're there. But anyways, this right here gives you can make a triangle and you can make an eight-sided pentagon.
It's a polygon.
Yeah, that word, polygon. And you can also make a circle.
Which is a polygon.
There's so much ways to make circles in this thing is ridiculous. Everything comes right back to full circle, don't it?
Yeah, circle is a perfect shape.
Circle is a universal shape.
Yeah, it's a perfect shape.
It's a universal shape, not a perfect shape. Anyways, come on, let's go. Triangle, they're saying, is a perfect shape. Now, here we go. This one right here brings these knobs in.
Oh.
So you can get all different kind of stars, and then you can get a polygon or a pentagon or whatever word that want to call it by just pulling this out. Same thing again. Bring the stars out, get a circle. Universal shape, I tell you. Bring this back in, same thing. You can get some really cool looking funky things going on here. Neat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you remember that clock thing the clocks you like to make, and you're looking for a nice template? Here's one. You can literally dial in 12 hands. Find it. Oh my goodness.
That looks like.
Give me a second. I have to find it in. Huh?
That looks dangerous.
There it is. There it is. Find the little 12 hands, and then you can dial that bad boy right in there. And look at that. That's 12 hands perfectly.
Cool.
So you can actually design clocks with this. This is the same thing as that line. Remember that line thing we just showed you a while ago? But this is just in the shape box. I'm not exactly sure why it's here because there's you already have that in your line tool. They just put it down here again.
Uh-huh.
A lot of repetitive stuff. This one, same thing, but instead they do that. This one just brings it like a half circle.
It's a cone.
Mm-hmm. Same thing here. Like I said, a lot of this is literally just the same repetitive stuff over and over again. You can change the size. Yeah, this is a baseball diamond. Yeah, and sit down and play with them, get the shape you want. And there's a circle again. But this one's actually pretty cool. You can actually pull this apart. See? Even though it's a circle. This, like I said, this stuff you can manipulate the circle any way you want. See that? A lot of manipulation going on here. Really cool stuff. They really put a lot of shapes in here. Lightning bolts. And you just keep messing with these little tab things and get it right. How much shocks you want.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but this thing is annoying me.
What is?
I'm trying to manipulate. Oh man, why is it getting bigger? What
like I said, some of these things, some of these little red dots don't do anything apart from just making stuff bigger.
No, but I'm trying to make the thing change the position of the. Go back to that half cone stuff.
This one.
Yeah.
So all right. So the half cone.
Yeah. What that little thing in the middle of it? How did you change the position? Yeah,
Just
that.
drag it.
Every time I'm trying to click on it, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
The top one makes it bigger. The bottom one pulls it, makes it smaller. And so there's two of them. There's one on the top and one on the bottom.
Mine is not allowing me to do that. I can't even grab it. I touch it and it goes Walter Guac.
Yeah, I don't know why your computer's doing that. And then the little red dots just make it bigger and bigger. So that's a nice baseball diamond right here.
I'm not able to touch that thing. It just gets super
If you have too much of them on your screen, delete. If you have too much of them on your screen, delete a bunch of stuff. And that's why I see me keep deleting them, because if there's too much on your screen, the computer will start freezing up.
It's not freezing up. That's not the issue.
Okay. Just delete it and try again.
That's annoying.
Yeah, sometimes it gets. I told you, sometimes it just does weird things. And the best thing to do is just restart the computer. There, just shut the program down and restart it, and the problem will go away. And it's just, you just sit here and just manipulate these things and get the shapes and size you want. It really is it's fun, especially when you try to do like specific things. Let's see, this one has 2 dots, and the one dot does absolutely nothing. See, this one just shears it off some more. This one just makes it bigger and smaller. Some of the dots makes absolutely no sense, but they're there. You got to play with them. See if you can get the shape you want out of it. So that one's make nice Christmas trees. This one, I don't know what that dot does. What this dot does. See, I don't know. That just makes it bigger and smaller. So you can do all kind of crazy things, and every shape does something totally different. This is a bigger, smaller shape, and then this is the bigger, smaller shape. See, they're both dots, same dots. They don't do the same thing. Nice arrows. I think this one just makes it smaller in the middle, and then this one make the arrow. This one made the arrow bigger and smaller. I think this one makes it. Yeah, this one made the arrow longer and smaller in the front. And then this one has 2 dots too. No, 3. Just like the other one, do the same exact thing like the other arrow does. Smaller in the middle. You can bring the arrows like that. You make the arrows kind of disappear into each other. Pretty cool stuff. So let me delete all this stuff. Now let's get the pen tool. Now, I really wish this pen tool could have used an actual pen tool on the outside. I've tried to use my pen tool with this, and it didn't work. The program kept crashing. But this is an actual pen tool, and you can actually write with this. So if you have I don't know which pen program works with this, because I have like a Wacom tablet that you can actually sit down and write with, and I've never got it to work right. I'm going to try it again, see if this new update will actually allow me to use my Wacom tablet. But you can just write with this. Now, and as you can see, you can make circles and all kind of crazy stuff. But it has to be, it's sometimes it, like you see, sometimes it will close the shape, sometimes it won't close the shape.
You have to touch it.
Yeah, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't.
Sounds temperamental.
It's very temperamental. See how close I got, but it didn't do it. You have to get like really up on it for it to do it. It's very temperamental. That's what I told you. It's one of them tools that don't work right sometimes. I don't really use it because it don't work right. This one you can use. This one is actually this one has points. This is a vector pen tool. This one works a lot better than the other pen tool. So if you want something to draw and then you can change the size or manipulate it later, this is the one you want to use.
Hmm. Okay.
See the other one now, if I do this,
You
you
use
can't
that to
manipulate it
do.
later. Yeah, see, you can't manipulate this one. You can, but I don't think it's as nice as this one.
Hmm.
Is it? Can you manipulate it like that one? Probably can, I guess. I don't know. It don't look like you can. Can I make it smooth? Yeah, no, you see, you can't manipulate it like that one. That's the difference between the two of them.
The other one is a polyline.
The other this one's a path, while the other one is a I forget what shape that one is. You can't modify it. This one you can. See, this one you can actually make it smoother or curvier or whatever it is. So if you put an image in here, you can actually. So for instance, you draw something on the outside, and you want to bring it in and then trace it in here, and then so you can blow it up bigger or smaller. You use the vector tool, which is that pen tool with the little this pen tool with a trace on it, so that way you can actually manipulate it later.
You trace over images with this.
Yes. So if you draw something by hand, you bring it in, and then you use that one to trace over it,
Oh,
and then you can actually.
that is what you did with my logo, because I sent you a picture and you traced over it, and that is how
Oh
you
no
got
no
it.
no 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 no! Oh no, that's not the tool I use. But I'll show you the tool I use eventually. Because then you can
Okay.
actually come in here and you can make the line bigger. See?
Okay. It's a polyline.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you use to do?
I use this right here, but I'll show you. I'll show you that later.
What's
That's
this?
a little above your pay grade right now.
What? What's this right here? What did you point it on?
That's above your pay grade right now. Don't worry about that.
Pay grade? Am I
Yes,
getting paid?
just the just worry about what you need to worry about right now. Okay. So text
Okay.
tool, you know what the text tool does? Click it, you type. Really not much to it. Can't go wrong. You just click it and you type. All your fonts sit up here. Remember, you know this whole section up here. Can't go wrong with it. You just click the text tool and then you just click on the page and you just type. That's it. There's nothing else to text tools. I can't tell you nothing else more than that. You just click on this and you type. You click on this and then you type. To get the text tool too, if you have your caption, turn your caption locks off. Turn off cap lock. Press the T button and it turns up the text tool. Let me turn it off. Text tool is off. If you press T, text tool is on. You just start typing T. Press T, click on the screen, start typing. Again, let me do that again. You press T, click on the screen, start typing.
Yeah, we did that last week.
Yeah, okay. There you go. This one is a text box. Click on the screen, start typing. This is if you want to take notes.
Oh.
For instance, I want to leave a note for let me say I want to leave a note that I don't want to make a change or something to this whole thing. And I leave it in this text box. And I don't know if I can move it. Nope, can't move it. Just can delete it.
All right. Okay.
So I guess I put it where I want it, and then I'll put the information there.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure what it's for. I've never used it.
I
See,
finally worked.
See, you can't even manipulate it. Not once you get out of it, there's nothing. It's just there's a little note you leave there for anybody who wants to do stuff. See. So if you're working with a crew or a group of people that you want to leave a little note, oh, change this, modify that. That's what that's there for. It's still a note to leave them. Hey, look, you might want to change this to a blue or a green or add this something there. You leave the little note, and then they can read it. To get rid of it, you got to go to your layer. drop it down, and then find that note thing. Where the hell is it at? Text? Nope. Group. Where the hell is that? Note? I don't know where the hell it is. I have no idea what he said, where this thing sits. I don't use it because, as you can see, it's a pain in the ass to get rid of it. I don't know where it is. See, it's there permanently. That little note thing, can't get rid of it now. Just there now, permanently. So, don't ask me how to get rid of it because I don't know. I don't use it, and I have no idea. I have never ever used it. It's the first time I ever even used it. So, I don't know how to get rid of it. There's a way to get rid of it. I just don't know how.
Undo.
I thought it was over here by layers. I just hit the undo button. It didn't take it away.
Yeah. Undo.
Yeah, so it didn't move it. So if it was a layer, it would have sit over here, but it's not even a layer. I don't even know what the hell it is. See, it's not a layer, it's not a text, it's not a polygram. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's not listed anywhere over here. I don't know where it is. There it is. Got rid of it. So now I see how to get rid of it. Text, click. You have to click this little right on the little edge right there. See that? Did you see it?
No.
So when you finish with the note, you have to bring your mouse in and then you click right on the edge here and it will get rid of it. So you gotta let me move it. Oh my goodness. You can't really move the damn thing. All right, so it's there. So you can work around it. As you can see, I'm working around it. But to move it, you gotta go to where it's actually acknowledge this little note thing. See it? Right in the little corner here. That's how you acknowledge it. And then delete it.
Got it.
That is crazy. That is pretty cool. It's pretty cool though, because if you think about it like this, if you leave a note for somebody, you don't want them to just wipe it off without making the changes, so they can work around the note without deleting the note. That is pretty cool. That is pretty slick. I'm sorry, that's pretty slick. Eraser button. Let me use the eraser button. So make a copy. Eraser button's real simple. It just erases stuff. This is how you make it bigger. I haven't figured out the shortcut button for this yet, and I still haven't figured it out. I need to find it. It just erases stuff. It's really not that complicated. You size it up here, and you erase it down here. Now, the other thing the eraser button does very well, let me show you, is if you grab a thing that's actually grouped together like this, okay? Make a copy, so lose it. So the eraser button is really good at breaking apart stuff. So if you have something you want to separate, you hit the eraser button on it like this. Now this entire group is totally separated. See? But it's not separated down here. See that? Hello?
Yeah.
Huh?
Did you just ungroup Because you showed us the
No, I
ungroup.
didn't. I didn't ungroup it. That's what the eraser button does. It just erase everything and then ungroup everything.
Ah,
Even if, even if it was well together, even if no matter what it was, once you erase it, it becomes totally separate items.
okay.
Eraser buttons, very good at that. Knife button, slice anything up. Hit apply. Now you can let it auto apply. So when you make these lines, it automatically just as soon as you make one line, it automatically applies a line. Or you can apply it manually. I like to apply it manually. You can do solid, you can do outlines, you can do freehand, you can actually change the kind of cut it does. You hit apply and then slice this thing up. And then once you slice it up, bam, everything is separate.
Mm. Cool.
Yeah, the knife button is actually pretty neat.
That works on pictures as well?
Hmm?
That works on images?
The knife.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it only works at only one slice works at a time. Oh, it can't cross each other. Never mind. Just remember the knife button can't cross each other because it just cut itself up.
Hmm. Does it
Like
work
you put
on
one
images?
line, 2 line, 3 lines. Yeah, not really. No,
Oh.
never mind. It only cuts one thing. So only one line work at a time. I don't use the knife button much, as you can see, as you can tell.
Mm. Yeah, I can't see why you don't cut it.
Huh?
Which is why I'm asking you, can it work on pictures?
Let's bring in a picture and find out.
Image that you import.
Let's find out.
Mm-hmm. That was what I was talking about, that thing. That's what you did. You traced it.
I didn't bring it in properly. Stupid thing. I didn't bring the image in properly. There we go. Now it's in. No, so get the knife button and let's see if we can slice it up. Yes, it does.
Yes. It did.
Slice that bad boy right in half. Oh, you know what? You know what? It don't work this good. It don't work on my oh my goodness. On Affinity Designer, the knife button don't work on Affinity, but it works here. That's why I have the two programs. Each program does something different. Now remember, Affinity Designer, the knife button don't work, but here the knife button works.
Mm.
But yeah,
Why
it
do
works here.
you,
It works very good here. Huh?
why do you do what kind of designer?
Affinity Designer. I use Affinity Designer for certain things, especially coloring. Affinity Designer works better for coloring. More, it has way more robust features than this, and it works a lot smoother. It don't crash as much. But
Okay.
for cutting, for certain designs aspects that I like to do, certain things I like to do, this program works a lot better. So I use them both. Like I said, I use them both in tandem. I literally use them both in tandem. I use this for do certain things that I can't do in Affinity Designer, and some things I can't do in Affinity Designer. So some things I can't do in here, I do it in Affinity Designer, and some things I can't do in Affinity Designer, I do it here.
Okay.
Like this, I can't do this in Affinity Designer, so I do this here.
Okay, cool. So the knife tool works. Hey,
Yes,
it's
that's what works.
4:30 p.m.
Yeah, that's the hour right there.
Yeah.
We only have one more tool to go over.
Which
Actually,
tool?
you did the dropper. You did the dropper tool already, which is this
Yeah.
one.
You showed it when you were doing the crazy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You did the dropper tool already. So that's pretty much it for today. Next week, we start on the other side.
Yes, that side looks like the fun side.
That is pretty much the fun side.
Can you call earlier?
No.
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 Can
I'll
you
try,
call
but
at
no
this
promises.
time? Can you call at this time?
11? Sure, 11.
Yes, because at least I'll be finished cooking by then.
All right, sounds good.
And then I won't be rushing.